Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Dutchie and welcome to another topic of taboo. Today I am here with
AJ Clementine. Hi guys.
Did you want to tell them about your channel a little bit and who you are and what you do?
I create LGBTQ plus content on my channel. It's mostly like advice and like self-help kind of stuff, and I also just vlog my life as well. It's very exciting to be on your channel today.
Thank you. I'll definitely put the link to her channel in the bio. Go subscribe to her.
Thank you.
Alright, so today we're going to do a little bit of a transgender Q&A. I'm just going to ask AJ some questions and she's going to answer them. When did you sort of know that you weren't sort of happy with who you are and like with your gender, I guess?
So I guess it's like been a like struggle throughout my whole life. It wasn't like a moment where I was like, crap, I'm actually this.
Yeah, sudden realization or anything? No.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, I guess it's kind of similar to how people realize like sexuality as well. It's kind of like you just always knew, but you didn't know how to express it. So when like the label comes around and someone explains that to you, then it's like, holy crap, I'm not who I thought I was. Like all this time. So it was just kind of that. And I guess I was probably around like my teen years where I could officially understand what it means. Yeah. Because like as a child, you're not really thinking about that kind of stuff.
No. Yeah.
You know you're different.
But you just don't know why. And you don't really figure it out until a bit later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't have like a certain age where I was like, boom, I'm trans. Like that's been a thing. It's just like, just happened.
Yeah, over time. Okay.
Yeah.
And so how did you know?
I guess it's kind of just like your brain and like your soul is just something that's not matching with like how your body is, if that makes sense. Like lots of trans people say that they feel like they're trapped in the wrong body, and like not necessarily like that, but very similar in the sense of like, I know this is like my body and like,
okay, that's fine.
Thank you, sir. Love it. Yeah, I know that this is like my body, but it's just more sense of like feeling more comfortable in it and like matching it to your brain. Because like it's kind of just like for you, for example, like if you like looked like this, but then your brain was just male, like you'd be very like triggered and just like, oh my gosh, it just doesn't, it's not me, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you just like know it, like from being a child to a teen to like today. Yeah. It's just your brain has like constantly being like, this isn't you. This isn't what you think that you look like or need to look like. So it's just like you need to match that to make those all align and feel like cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Who was the first person you told and how did they react?
Oh, the first person I like told was YouTube. Like I made a video, I made a video about it, and then that was kind of how everyone else in my life kind of found out, because I guess it wasn't really like a shock kind of reaction. Yeah. It was kind of like people already like, kind of assumed that it was like happening, but like I didn't officially announce it until that video, the coming out kind of video. Yeah. But like, so I don't really, I didn't really, and I was so chill.
It wasn't like a specific, like, like
I was so chill about it. I didn't sit down with my parents. I was like, this is happening. I just went and did it. Yeah. Because like around the period when I wanted to start officially transitioning in the sense of like HRT, hormone replacement therapy, I was more like, crap, I want to get on this as soon as possible. So I even forgot about like everybody in my life. I was just like, I need this like right now. Like today. Okay.
So, we're going to talk about gender dysphoria now. So, I have no idea, clearly, what it feels like. So, like, how would you, how would you sort of explain, like, how it feels?
So, like, gender dysphoria is something that is diagnosed to a trans person in order to, like, start their transition medically. And the best way that I can explain it is, like, a discomfort with your body and certain parts of your body that is generally connected to the opposite gender. Yeah. And or the gender that you don't feel like is yours. So everyone's experience is different, and people will get gender dysphoria on different things, and there's different like levels of it, and your triggers are all different, all that kind of jazz. And I feel like everyone can relate to the feeling as well. It's kind of like having an insecurity that's like heightened even when people have like dysphoria with their bodies in the sense of like weight or certain like they don't like their elbows, for example, and they need surgery to like fix them, like that's just an example. But or like a nose job because they have dysphoria around that. It's just, I know, it's kind of just like correcting it to feel more at peace. And it's more just feeling more comfortable with yourself. And I guess there's lots of like debate on whether like you should just like love yourself as is, but like gender dysphoria is like considered a like mental
where you can't, like you need things to change sort of thing. Okay.
Like it's very like on the, like a cusp of being like a mental kind of illness, because like it's very a part of your life and it affects you daily. So it's just like it's like it's there, it's present. It's kind of just like having like anxiety as well.
That makes sense.
You don't like, you feel like you're all good, you're all like great and all swell and dandy, but then like, oh okay, that's a thing.
Is getting surgery important for you to feel fully like yourself and who you are?
For me personally, yes. Everyone's experiences are different. Like not everybody needs surgery to help their gender dysphoria, and not everybody wants surgery. But in my case, like I do very much need it because there's a whole lot of dysphoria around lots of things within my life. And like you can kind of see like hormone replacement therapy, surgery, all that kind of stuff as like treatment for gender dysphoria. Like it's kind of needed to reverse what was like what you needed to begin with from the get-go. So like me 100% in my life, I like won't be content unless surgery does happen for me. And that's another misconception. There's not just like one surgery for trans people. Like everyone's surgeries are different and what surgeries they want to get. So you can't just think when someone says like surgery, you can't just assume which one. Like everything's different, and it's like, and it's also not your place to ask about like surgeries as well, unless someone's comfortable to talk about it. But like if they do tell you like they're going to get surgery, then it's like cool. Like wait for them to tell you what kind of surgeries it is, and don't just assume something of somebody, if that makes sense. But for myself, there is like surgeries that I do want to get in the future.
Nice. In regards to pronouns, what pronouns do you prefer, and was it hard for friends and family to get used to?
So I go by she, her pronouns. People that are going to have the most difficulty with those pronouns are the ones that we're so used to the old pronouns.
And totally.
And they're not going to like do it out of like trying to attack you or like coming from like a bad place. It's just a sense of they're so used and
familiar with it.
Exactly. Like who you were before. And it's just kind of language, and like any person will still slip up and stuff like that. But when it comes to like friends, like it's full on like change. I guess like it's kind of sense because it's just a distant thing now for myself. And like family was like, it's a very gradual thing. It takes some time for everybody.
Definitely.
Any new people in my life, they just there's never been like a hiccup or like someone.
And how do you deal with transphobic people?
Transphobic
comments, I guess.
I kind of just don't, to be honest. It's not really worth it.
No.
Because most of the time it's got to do with all these other things that they believe in. And I'm sure like you can relate to this too, but when it comes to like religions or like, gotta pick your battles sometimes, and that's not really worth my time.
Totally.
And it's always a reflection on them.
Not on you.
And the funny thing is like half of the people don't know, like they're so in denial that they are transphobic. Like, oh no, like I'm a good person, but like no,
not
you're
really.
not, because what I'm doing is not affecting anything in your life, and it's not hurting you. So I don't get why you have to be so situated within what I'm doing. So I just try to ignore it, and I'm very lucky that I've never experienced it in real life. Keyboard warriors on the internet.
Totally.
And you'll be able to say all that stuff there, but not to your face. It's funny to like be in situations where crappy people try and justify their actions. Like if I say like, yo, like that's not cool. Like if, for example, like there was one situation I was like, you know, like I'm trans, like I'm a part of that community, like that's not cool, and they're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
totally.
They, I don't know, they will like say, oh, that's fine with this. And I guess, you know, like at the end of the day, it's people have these mentalities where they haven't met somebody.
Yeah.
And then when they do, then it like changes their whole perception about it.
Yeah.
And I think that situation, I probably helped change their mentality around it. Is that you can't think that the community is these like aliens that like you're never gonna cross paths with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you can't, and you just can't like, I don't know, spread that kind of negativity. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
It's funny to see other people's opinions on it, because we're so used to people being accepting and stuff like that. And then when
definitely
like
open-minded people. And then you like come across people that aren't, and you sort of like
whoa, like that's a very $2 opinion. Like
yeah, $2. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, totally. And finally, what advice would you give to young people dealing with gender dysphoria and just not feeling right as how they are?
Definitely go seek your nearest GP. And when I say nearest, do a little bit of research on like LGBTQ plus friendly clinics, because that's very vital. You don't want someone who's going to make you feel crazy, or like it's something and the sad thing is people are not educated about it, even doctors. So that was something that helped me a lot. Even before understanding that I was trans, I just went to the doctors, and then they diagnosed me with gender dysphoria, if that makes sense. And then that started my whole journey. So it's about like, take some time to get to know you, like take yourself out for sushi, like just get to know yourself, and then like be okay with that, and then slowly like build from there. It's not like an overnight process. Having great people in your life and support systems is very important, whether it's like online or in real life. Like there's help everywhere. It's just willing to like ask and seek it, and just you got it. Just do you boo. That's it. Good advice.
Okay, well, that just about, whoa, I just spat everywhere. Just about wraps up this lovely Q&A with AJ. As I said before, definitely go check out her channel. We're also doing another video on her channel as well, so I'll put the link to that down there as well, so go check that out now and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next video on Monday.
Bye.